Hello, warriors. Welcome to the U Movement. I am B. For those that are new to my channel, welcome, welcome. We've had a mass influx in the last little while. I'm very excited about that. You will soon learn that here things are blunt to the point, truth-telling on my own personal awakening that I have been filming real time for the last 3 years. And the best way to navigate my channel is to look through the playlists. And then you can find a theme because we have over 500 videos at this stage. If you want to get into the lives, please check out the lives because I do live interviews and live oracle reads weekly. That all said, today I wanted to talk about something that might ruffle a few feathers, but that's where I'm heading on this mission, is to ruffle feathers. I'm taking on the establishment more and more. I am finally able to be in my own authenticity and speak my truth, which may not be the same as other people's because, well, I am me. I am B. And today we are talking about the twin flame situationship. I don't do a lot of videos on the twin flame journey. I don't profess to call myself a twin flame coach, although certainly I am a spiritual coach when it comes to assisting people through difficult awakenings. And the twin flame journey, well, a real one, is one that initiates or is a catalyst for your own awakening. It is what initiates your Kundalini. So if you haven't had a Kundalini and you haven't had a heart chakra opening or expansion, if you haven't had soul recognition, you are not on a twin flame journey. So sorry, it is not a romance story. A lot of people are under the misinterpretation that the point of the twin flame journey is some romantic fairy tale story. And if you mean by fairy tale, there's a journey and there's monsters and there's challenges you need to overcome, well, then yes, it might be a true Grimm style fairy tale. But it's certainly nothing Disney would write. So I wanted to talk a little bit because yesterday, and I don't mean to be harsh, okay? We've established that I'm somewhere on the autistic spectrum, so sometimes when I say things, I'm blunt and I'm to the point. And that doesn't mean I don't care or have compassion, because I have like way too much of that. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear because it's soft and gentle and nice. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. And many people on the twin flame journey need to hear the truth. Otherwise, they're going to prolong the pain and suffering, because what happens in this phenomenon is you're living your life and you meet somebody, you are in contact with somebody, and this person has an energetic on switch. It's like they are the catalyst for your activation of your spiritual awakening, your own personal, individual journey. Does that mean that you don't have some sort of connection with this person energetically? No, that's not what I'm saying. And I loved this card that I pulled yesterday on this oracle read when this question was asked, which put the seed in my mind, because they were asking, if you didn't watch yesterday's oracle read, they were asking what their counterpart was thinking. And I was quite direct in saying that I don't answer that question. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. But energetically, this card came out in the read yesterday, and I kind of love it because you can see an energetic connection between two separate energies that has been divided by source. Okay, I think this is a beautiful interpretation of a twin flame Situationship. You have some sort of magnetic, energetic connection with somebody, and you are not right beside that somebody. You've been separated and put into separation, but you're still exchanging information from each other. So I'm going to go zoom close up on that. See, isn't that beautiful? That's beautiful, right? Two separate energies separated by source. Now, the question that was posed to me was, I want to know, can you answer my question? Can you use your divination powers and your oracle readings to find out the future for me so that I can know whether or not my twin is pining for me and loving me? And my answer was very directly, no, I cannot do that. I will not do that. So if you want to book an oracle read with me or a Zoom call with me, I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'll repeat that then. So save you all your money. I will not do a romance read in regards to trying to figure out what your counterpart is saying to you for multiple reasons. One, I've been specifically instructed by Spirit to not do that, and I do what I'm told. And two, it's not in your best interest to be fed anything that's going to feed the addictive energy and the obsessive thinking of the opposing person that you're in this situationship with, because the whole point of the mission is to bring you back into self. And so I won't do that. But more to the point, I made a couple notes, which I don't normally do. So this one's been eaten in there. Spirit has specifically instructed me, and I want you to know this too, that on a twin flame situationship, no one gets to know the future. You're simply not allowed. And so anyone else out there on the internet that's telling you, hey, come follow me, and I'm going to let you know what your divine counterpart is thinking about, is doing it because they're making money out of it. I'm going to hazard a guess. Follow the money. I'm not going to charge you a dime to watch my weekly oracle reads. And as I said, I'm not going to charge you money to give you false information, because no one gets to know the future when it comes to your twin flame situationship. And there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is soul, this cosmic energy in between you, soul wants you to be in the now. On your spiritual awakening, you are learning to let go of the future. You are also learning to let go of the past. Through our spiritual awakenings, we are processing through all the previous past traumas that left us into a state of depression and left us feeling emotional, and all the things that we trapped within us. Look at my entire channel if you want to know more about the past and processing through trauma and releasing attachments to all kinds of things. It's the past. And the future is not only all the worry, but the doomsdaying, the predicting, the trying to feel confident, because if we're not feeling confident in the future, then we feel anxiety. So if you're somewhere fluctuating between depression or anxiety, or you're going through both, depending on the day or the hour, soul needs you to learn to come back into the present moment, in the now. This is a spiritual awakening. This dance between these two energies is for you to learn to be in presence. Okay, so that's one of the multiple lessons on this situationship and on a spiritual awakening, is to process through the past and get into a place of purification. So we're releasing all the denser energies and we're getting back into alignment with source and with our true selves, as well as letting go of all the this is what I'm going to do and this is what's going to happen and this is this. No, we're getting into alignment with source so that we can surrender to source And that can be God, divine, the universe. I don't care what word you want to use. That's just linguistics. And learn to be in the present moment. Learn to be in now. If you are struggling with learning to be in the now, in your spiritual awakening, I highly recommend the teachings of Eckhart Tolle and or Michael Singer. The Untethered Soul is a good book by Michael Singer, or The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Learning to practice mindfulness meditations to bring you back into body, into your physical form in the here and now. And so this is a spiritual practice that we need to practice every single moment. Every single moment. There isn't a solitary moment where Source wants you to be out of alignment with now. So if you're worried about something, you're not in the now. What is here now? Look around the room. And if it's not in the room and there's nothing you can do about it right now, we need to not worry about it right now. We're not thinking about it now. We're learning to have mastery over the monkey mind that can go a mile a minute into any single direction and create any number of chaotic thoughts and nonsensical, things that you don't really want. So we're learning to control this. So this situationship that has come along has triggered a series of events. It's opened the door for you, for your awakening, to go down a path in which you are learning to be in presence. Is this easy? Oh, hell, fuck no. Oh, no. You can be like me and have read The Power of Now, I don't know, 10 times. But reading it and understanding it is not the same as being it and doing it. And so the more you are put on this process of your separation from your divine counterpart, it's divinely created to create a situation where you're at war with yourself until you come back into alignment with the present moment, not over there thinking about them, but here thinking about you in the now. So it's a struggle. It's a battle. And you can see these energies are almost like fighting against each other. It's like, I need to bring back my thought patterns and control my mind to be in presence. And that can be very challenging. But I repeat, no one gets to live in the future. We are moving from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. Well, we have moved. We're in the age of Aquarius now, which means mastery over the mind, which means on the ascension path, we need to learn to be in presence and mindfulness. So practice your mindfulness meditations. Get into your body as much as you physically can. When the mind starts spinning out, bring it back to the body. Wiggle your feet, go for a walk, do some dance, do some somatic movement, stroke yourself, touch yourself. I am here now. Bring yourself back into your body, ground yourself into presence. Number 2. On this, we have, separate. We are separately experiencing. So we're one whole unit, separately experiencing what is the experience of life. Now, we have one mission when we came down to this planet. Unfortunately, nobody told us this mission and we long forgot it, which is to come down and to experience. That's it, period. Experience. That means experience everything that we are experiencing. Experience the good, experience the bad, experience every single emotion that's available to us. The sorrow, the anguish, the grief, the depression, the anxiety, the brutality, the happy, the peace, the love, the joy, the laughter, the sexuality, the sensuality, the betrayal, the loyalty, the mind fuckery, the abuse, there's experience, period. Okay? So we are set down here to experience. Now, it would make zero sense from soul's point of view for us to come down this whole unit and be both of us on this side. Okay, if we're both on this side experiencing the exact same thing at the exact same time, we're not doing our soul's mission. Our soul's mission is to experience as much as we possibly can. So if as much as we possibly can means a division, you're gonna experience it from this angle, and you're gonna experience it from that angle. That way, we have double the experiencing that is happening. They are a mirror soul. So their experiencing might be in the polarity completely opposite to your experiencing. For example, if you haven't experienced a great betrayal, perhaps adultery in your life, your divine counterpart may have been the one that did the betraying, so that they are experiencing the opposing energy. If you have been in the energy of people-pleasing and empath energy, they may be in the energy of a much more narcissistic energy. Now, does that mean that they're narcissists? No, probably not. Or maybe. I don't know. Each of these separate units has to go down and experience from the opposite polarity. That is what that's what a mirror image is. They're not your twin, which is why the word annoys the crap out of me, because it's a misnomer. It implies the same. When you are twins, you are identical. You are not identical. You are opposites. You are images of each other in reflected energy. So any energy that is out of alignment with soul, that is toxic, is going to be reflected by the opposing energy in the opposite energy, not the same energy. So if you communicate too much, they communicate too little. If you've got anxious attachment style, they're going to have avoidant attachment style. If you are a people pleaser, they're going to be self-pleasing. And until we bring our own toxicity into alignment with source and ourselves, that way they heal, you heal, we're all healing. Now, that there's a lot that says when you do your healing work, they are going to automatically heal and do their healing work. Does that happen? Maybe, maybe not. There is still an element of free will, which is another point I'm going to get to, but it's later on my list. I'm still talking about separate experiencing. If you are thinking that, you want your twin beside you at all times, energetically, that's like being all up in their grill. What are you doing? What's happening? What's going on? Now, have you ever known somebody in your life that physically is like stepped into your energetic field? So we have our auric field. Do you know those like close talkers? Those people that come in and they're in your space and you're like, hi, how's it going? How are you doing today? What's up? And you're like, whoa, take a step back. Take a step back. Energetically, if you're all thinking about them all the time and wondering what they're doing all the time and, looking on their social medias and doing some like deep undercover stealth, investigative work to figure out what they're doing, what they're not doing, are they thinking about? It's the same as being energetically all up in their grill. Okay, so we're going to take a step back and get out of their space. Get out of their space. They don't want you in their space. If they wanted you in their space, they would be there. Okay, so learning to respect boundaries. And listen, I'm going to put my hand up and say, that's been challenging for me as well. I've wanted to know what's going on. What's happening? I understand the pull. Energetically, you are pulled into it. You're pulled, I want to send them a text. Maybe they'll text me back. Damn. I did a little bit of humorous writing on the twin flame journey a little while ago, and it can be, we've got to laugh at the folly of it a little bit. But we need to learn to respect boundaries because, again, mirroring energy, if you have two weak boundaries, then their boundaries are going to be massive. And so many of us empaths have been raised with zero boundaries. We've been embedded and enmeshed with narcissistic energy growing up, and so we don't know what boundaries are. And this source energy is saying, okay, you need to learn some boundaries. You need to learn what healthy boundaries are. So off you guys go into your own separate corners, because you over here, your boundaries are paper thin and barely in existence, and you're not respecting somebody else's boundaries if you're doing investigative work. So you have boundary work to do. And this one over here, oh my God, your boundaries are the size of the ice wall on Game of Thrones there, and you need to learn to melt some of that shit and let some people in. So boundary work is being done. Shadow work is being done. Inner child work is being done. Releasing addictions is being done. Healing paradigms is being done. So that's what's being done when you're in opposing energy, in a separation, and that's why you're both doing your mission. And that mission means to approach the situation from opposite ends of the spectrum so that you can collapse duality and come into like a new place of unity within yourself. So you are walking around the world with healthy boundaries, with released toxicity, with all the benefits that come with this whole program. And it's not a fun school. Twin flame situationship school sucks. I'm not going to say that it's fun. There's no fun in this situation, but it serves a purpose in regards to your spiritual awakening. So separate experiencing is point 2 that I wanted to make. Number 3 point I wanted to make is you can't save them. Lots of those that are in the divine feminine energy see themselves as, yes, but I can see if they just did it this way, if they called me, then I could like talk them through it. I could comfort them. I could take care of them. I could make it better for them. I could mother them. They don't want a mother. They need to deal with their own mummy wounds by themselves. Their way isn't your way. Your way works for you in the opposite energy of experiencing. In experiencing as much as can be experienced, you need to see how it's done best for you. What it is for you is, I want somebody to comfort me. I want somebody to soothe me. I want somebody to hold my hand through this. That's your way of experiencing. So the opposing energy would be, I want to be left alone. I need to figure this out by myself. I don't need your input. You're annoying me. So the question there lies, if you find yourself in an energy of, I think I can save them, then who you need to save is yourself, because what is rearing its ugly head is the toxicity of that which is known as a Messiah complex. And the Messiah complex means, listen, I know how to save others. That was Age of Pisces. We are Age of Aquarius. Age of Pisces was all about the energy of Jesus, who sacrificed himself for humanity. You're not Jesus. That's not your job. Sacrifice for humanity is no longer in alignment with the new age. The new age is about taking yourself off the cross, taking yourself off the people pleasing, taking yourself off the trying to do everything for everyone else. That's toxic energy. Okay, so that energy is your own toxicity that you need to sit with and do your own healing work of, why do I want to save everybody? What is it in me that means that I need to micromanage other people and how they heal, and offer unsolicited advice and get all up, in my know-it-all energy and this, that, and the other. And if you just do this, and if you just do that. And again, I'm going to raise my hand and say, absolutely. There have been many times in my life, even very recently, I've had very difficult situations with certain individuals that I love dearly, and I want to help, and I want to save, and I want to take all their pain away, and I want to correct all their actions because they're making choices that are dangerous for themselves. I want to fix it. I want to fix it. I want to fix it. So I have to sit in that energy and go, why do I want to fix it? Oh, because it makes me feel more comfortable when it's fixed? Because I'm not comfortable in the unfixed state? Because crazy and chaotic energy makes me feel uncomfortable? Oh, okay, so I need to take care of me and get myself away from the situation and boundary up so that those fluctuations of energy as they go through their own healing journey in their own way doesn't disrupt my own equilibrium. Oh, I have to be mindful of my own stuff. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It's much easier in the old way of doing things, of thinking that you can fix everybody and take care of everybody's problems and you know better than everybody. We need to get back into our own corner and do our own work and offer compassion and love and space. Holding space for somebody means I can just listen. I can be here if you need me to be here, and I can be not here if you need me to not be here. I can offer compassion without offering advice. I can just allow you to process through your emotions your way in your time and just hold the space. Become uninvolved in somebody else's processing. So that is number three, you cannot save them. The number 4 is ties in with all of these, which is the law of free will. That going back to the point of just before saving them, and then also the point before that of separate experiencing, the law of free will is afforded to every human on this planet, which means they get to choose. They get to choose to be alone. They get to choose to be in their relationship that they're currently in. It doesn't matter whether you want to call it a karmic relationship and you don't think it's healthy for them. It's their choice. They get to choose. They get to choose whether they want to move away from you. They get to choose whether they block you. They get to choose whether they want to talk to you or not. They get to choose whatever they want to choose. They get to choose whether they want to continue their toxic behaviors. They get to choose whether they want to heal. They get to choose how they want to heal. They get to choose how many mistakes they have to make before they hit their rock bottom. And it's horrific to watch. Oh my God, it's so horrific to watch, which is why it's almost better to be in a state of separation, because when you're watching somebody fumble through addictions or fumble through toxicity or fumble through an abusive marriage, you don't want to watch that. You don't want to watch that. So having some space and giving somebody some space to figure their stuff out while they're choosing their own path, forging their own path. We didn't come down here to all walk a solitary path. We came down here, we were spread out like starseeds, spread out. We weren't all clustered together and then walking on one road. No, we're all spread out with our spiritual machetes in hand and have to forge our own paths for those that want to follow us. Your twin soul doesn't want to follow you. Your twin soul wants to forge their own path for their people that follow them, because they're experiencing their things. So they'll be able to assist others move themselves into light from the opposite camp. So if one's experience on this side is to be the child of an alcoholic, and they need to forge the path this way and from the perspective of the child, and their perspective was to be the alcoholic, then it's a different path and it's a different perspective. And so that free choice and that free will experiencing means each gets to forge their own path, and what healing looks like to them is going to look completely and utterly different. So number 4, free will. You cannot interfere with free will. If you try to interfere with free will, it will push you further and further and further away. It just is. So we need to learn to accept it, which brings me to point number 5, which is allowing yourself to grieve. You need to feel the emotions that you feel. Listen, you get activated by an individual that causes this massive heart awakening to take place inside of you that is not a solitary occurrence. Learning to be in the energy of unconditional love takes time, and it takes a lot of processing through the emotional scape that is everything in you, and it triggers in you all of your wounds for your own purification. And in that processes, you have to allow yourself to grieve and focus your attention back on the grieving inner child that is like triggered because, oh, my parent abandoned me. Oh, my brother didn't text me back. Oh, my sister was mean to me. Oh, my mother bullied me. Oh, so you'll have these interactions with your counterpart purposefully to trigger all of the stuff out of you to clear. And so we need to feel all of the emotions and honor our own path, honor our own suffering, because it's through suffering we obtain enlightenment. It is through the suffering we learn to be compassionate to self. And when we learn to be compassionate to self, we can learn to be compassionate to others. When we learn to have unconditional love for self, we can learn to have unconditional love for others. So it is through the process of releasing emotions and learning to reparent, reprogram, self-soothe, putting all the focus on self. And it's hard because we've been indoctrinated into a society to be told that emoting is wrong, that we need to get over it, we need to let go. I hate those phrases. They trigger the crap out of me because they're so insulting. When somebody is processing through something, they need the time to wallow in it. They need the time as long as the time that they take. There is no timeline. Your job, your number one job, where I started from, your number one job is to experience. So experience the grief, experience the sorrow, experience the suffering that this bizarre situationship brings out for you, because it's your awakening, it's your purging, it's your purification. And allow yourself, show yourself compassion. Show yourself, oh my God, I am so sorry. My heart hurts. The ache. And it aches. I understand it aches, that it hurts so much. You just want so much. I just want so much. But you gotta I'm sorry that you're going through this. I'm sorry that you're experiencing this. I'm sorry. And put so much love and energy back into yourself. All of that energy that you're, flowing out. I'm going to send them love. I'm going to send them healing. Send yourself love. Send yourself healing. Let them do them. Let them do them whatever they need to do. You do you. You do you. You do the best version of you that you can do, which means experiencing fully all of the things that you need to experience, all of the rage that needs to come out and be expressed. And get up and do a dance. Dance yourself out to some Rage Against the Machine or something. All the tears that need to process and let them flow. Free the tear. Do the excitement, express your excitement. Hey, this great thing happened to me. Woo! Go for a run if running's your thing. Get into the body, feel the body. Feel every little ache and pain in the body and give it more attention than you've ever thought possible. Give every emotion, every little bit of holding space, because you're learning to hold space for others when you hold space for yourself. So allow yourself to grieve. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to process. Will it feel good? No. But is it for your highest and greatest good? Yes. This is the process of clearing us out so that we can be higher vibrational beings. You want true high vibe? Then that means authentically going through all of the experiencing. If you need help on your twin flame situationship because you're struggling in the state of separation and you're looping back around and in a constant focus on them, and you need to have some tools and strategies put in place for yourself to provide you with what you need to get through this process of your own awakening, please feel free to reach out for me and book a coaching call. Let's set one up. The way to do that is via email, or you can send me a message over there on Facebook. If you want to book an oracle read and see what Spirit has to say about your healing journey and what is you need to focus on through the cards, we can do that as well. All of my services are by donation because I know a lot of people suffer during their awakenings and are not exactly in a financially flush situation. So something reasonable, please, for my time and energy is all that I require. Thank you very much for all of the likes, the shares, and the subscriptions. I really greatly appreciate that. For every hour that you are watching of my content, I greatly appreciate that. It means a lot to me. And I'm sending you all my absolute love on this very arduous journey. It is not easy. I understand. And I'm sending you so much compassion and empathy and peace out.